High above in the mist-draped hills of Nagaland, there lies a lake so still, it reflects not only the skies, but secrets buried deep within its soul. This is the story of Shiloy Lake, a legend of love, loss, and a serpent goddess whose spirit still stirs beneath its waters. From above, Shiloy Lake resembles the footprint of a giant, etched perfectly into the earth. Locals say it is not just nature's art, but the imprint of a goddess who chose this place as her eternal resting ground. The tale begins far from Nagaland, in the eastern frontiers of Myanmar, where a celestial goddess took the form of a majestic golden serpent. She slithered westward across hills and plains, seeking a perfect home, a place of balance, peace, and power. Her first stop was Yam Chong Tree, a sacred grove, but it proved too narrow. She tried settling in Mutro, a wind-swept plain, but the space felt empty, incomplete. It was only when she arrived at Shatu, the present-day Shilloi, that her spirit stirred with contentment. A profound stillness washed over her. The winds softened, the birds silenced, and the earth seemed to welcome her. There she lay down to rest, and never left. Over time, the once dry patch of land began to change. Dewdrops lingered longer. Rain pooled and never dried. Gradually, water filled the earth where the serpent goddess had rested, giving birth to what we now know as Shiloy Lake. And as the lake grew, so too did the reverence of those who lived nearby. The Luna clan, early settlers and caretakers of the land, were the only witnesses to this miracle. They were farmers and herders, tending the fertile earth that now bordered this sacred lake. But fate, as it often does in old legends, had more in store. One golden afternoon, a young couple left their newborn daughter napping in their bamboo hut. The sun was gentle, and the breeze was kind. After breastfeeding, the mother carefully tucked the child in, kissed her forehead, and returned to the fields with her husband. Hours passed. Then something changed. The mother felt a sudden unease, as if the winds had gone still. An unnatural quiet pressed down on the earth. She hurried back to the hut, only to find it empty, their baby gone. The villagers sprang into action. Cries of panic echoed across the hills. They searched every corner, every tree, every trail. Hope turned to despair. And then, just when all seemed lost, they heard a cry. A single, soft wail, drifting from the lake. They rushed to the water's edge, and saw something no mortal should ever forget. The baby, floating at the center of the lake, unharmed, cradled by invisible hands. The water shimmered around her in golden rings, as though the goddess herself was holding the child in her arms. The parents cried out, but the lake offered no path forward. The baby smiled, rising gently above the water, then slowly vanished into the mist. She was not stolen. She was chosen. Grief quickly turned into resentment. The villagers, unable to understand what had occurred, vowed to drain the lake and reclaim what they had lost. They dug deep, carving a 4-by-4-meter trench on the western side, determined to release the waters and expose its secrets. But that night, every soul in the village had the same dream. A mighty voice thundered from the darkness. "If you continue to disturb my home, I shall take 50 of you for my pillow, another 50 for my footstool, and 50 each for my left and right arms." The next morning, silence filled the village. Faces pale, voices hushed. No one dared return to the lake. The digging stopped. The channel remained, a quiet scar in the earth, a reminder of mortal defiance met with divine patience. The villagers soon came to believe that the abducted child had not vanished, but had been adopted by the goddess. She was raised not by human hands, but by sacred forces below. Today, they say she reigns as the queen of Shiloy Lake, guarding it in silence and serenity. Though the lake is now a destination for tourists, swimmers, and fishermen, not a single fatal accident has ever occurred. Boats never capsize. Children never drown. Even in storms, the lake remains eerily calm, as if it watches over all who enter. The lake's original name was Lutsum, in the Lutara language, meaning still water. Fitting, for its motionless surface masks a soul that breathes beneath. Over time, the name evolved into Shilloi, a word meaning protected or guarded, symbolizing the divine force that watches over it still. The names reflect not only geography, but a spiritual truth, that this lake is not a place to conquer, but to respect. While modern visitors come for the tranquil views, the soft breezes, and the gentle boating rides, few know the full tale. Fewer still understand what lies beneath. But the villagers remember. And if you listen, on a windless afternoon, as the mist rolls down from the Phek hills, you may just hear a faint lullaby echoing across the waters. Not a cry for help, but a song of home. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whispering Hills, your portal into the living legends, hidden histories, and sacred stories of Northeast India. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a whisper from the hills. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.